Welcome to the next installment of our Rustus and Annice story.
To the number.
I don't remember what number this is. Maybe
it's 6.
6. Thank you. So, Annice had just become so tired because she had slowed down time for so long for so many people.
Do it.
And she too now was in Lala's backpack, along with Lexi, who was frozen, and Raffi, who had drunk some of the
If they don't know that
apotheca
they're done doing all the things, they might say, "Hey, where are us?"
Where are we? Yeah. So, the only 3 who were still awake were Feisty, Lala, and Rustus. Oh, and the Gollywomp Sneeble, of course. There were 4 of them. So, they had just left the swamp of Apotheca. Sorry, of Yaya, where the Apotheca plants are. And they had left the piranha frogs far behind them thanks to Annice's powers. Now, they were heading off, and the Gollywomp Sneeble once again took out his golden crayon, which drew a golden map, pointing the way to Mount Scoliosis. So, they began to walk. And they walked, and they walked, and they walked. And they had a long walk ahead of them. This was further than they had ever gone. Further than even Rustus had gone on his special quest. He no longer knew the landscape now. It was different. Here, it was different than the dairy, where the dairy bugs lived. It was different than Gazorgenplatt, where Lala and Raffi were from. It was different than the ice mountains, where the ice dragons lived. It was different from the swamp of Yaya. The land here was a desert. It was lots and lots of sand, and lots and lots of cacti, which is how you say more than one cactus. And so they kept walking and walking, and pretty soon they felt fatigued. That's a word that means tired. They felt fatigued, and as they got on, they got more and more worn out. Their muscles were so tired that they could hardly move. And they were running out of water, too, because it was the desert. But they could see Mount Scoliosis off in the distance, and it looked a little bit closer now, but they still had a long ways to go. "Oh no, what are we going to do? How are we going to get all the way there with the little bit of water that we have?" said Lala. "I don't know," said Rustus, "but I'm scared."
Why, Rustus?
Well, Rustus was a scaredy cow, as you'll remember. Even though he does do brave things when he needs to, he's often scared of the unknown. And he was scared of being out in the desert without any food or water. "Wait a second," said the Gollywomp Sneeble. "We have food. We have the rotators." "But did you see what happened to Lexi?" said Feisty. "I don't want that to happen to us." That's true. We need to eat them carefully," said the Gollywomp Sneeble. "She ate 2 whole rotators. We should only each eat a bite per day." "Well, I still don't know what we're going to do for water," said Lala. "I have enough for 1 person to make it all the way there." "Wait a minute," said Rustus. "Maybe that's what we need to do, is just have 1 person go all the way there. Maybe we should all do what Raffi did and drink apotheca juice. And Lala, you should stay awake because you can shrink us and put us in your backpack. And you'll be the only one who makes it all the way there. And then when you get there, you can raise us back up and wait till we awake." "Oh, I guess so," said Lala, "but it'll be pretty scary to go on this journey all by myself." "Well, we'll still be with you in your backpack in case you need anything. You can make us bigger and wake us up." "Okay," said Lala, "I guess I'll do it." So she pulled the apotheca that she had in her backpack out, and they boiled the juice, and Rustus and Feisty and the Gollywomp Sneeble all drank it and fell asleep. And Lala shrank them down and put them in her backpack. Now, she had so many friends inside her backpack. She had Rustus and Annice and Feisty and the Gollywomp Sneeble and Lexi and Raffi. 6 friends were in her backpack. but they were so small that she didn't even feel the weight. What she did feel, though, was the weight of all of their stuff that she was now carrying. But then she thought, wait a second, I don't need to carry everybody's backpacks. I can shrink that too. And that's what she did. So she hardly noticed that weight either. And she kept walking and walking and walking. And walking in the desert all by yourself gets pretty boring after a couple of hours. So she started to sing songs. She sang, Mary Had a Little Lamb, and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and Blah 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 Black Sheep, and the ABC song. And then she realized she was really just singing the same song over and over again. So finally, after a few days of walking all by herself, she made it to the bottom of Mount Scoliosis. And all of a sudden, 5 people jumped out from behind a cactus and said, "Stop!" And that's the end of our story for tonight.
What?